Hello, welcome back to my channel. Just in case you're new here, my name is Kay and I make videos about planning. Daily planning, home and garden planning, budget planning, and every now and then I throw in a workplace planning. Today, I wanted to share with you my new home and garden planning setup. I have, in my budgeting videos and my daily planning videos, I've kind of shared how I've moved from a disc-bound fixed planner into more of a 3-ring binder customized DIY planner. And I've done that across all of my planners. I was able to repurpose some old work binders that I had. This is my home and garden. It's my least favorite binder that I had, but it's got some dents. I don't like the slickness of the front, but one of my goals was to not spend money on this. So very pleased to be repurposing this, including the inserts. I also had these. These are, if you've never seen these before, I used to use them quite frequently for work. They're plastic inserts, are page dividers instead of like paper or anyway. They're very, very durable. I love that they're see-through. My hope is that as I continue to develop these binders, I'll make some dashboards, underneath them. So they're a work in progress, but for now, this is what I have going on. So again, this is a repurposed binder. These are repurposed dividers, and thankfully I had just enough with a few to spare for growth. And this is my home and garden. So let me kind of walk you through what I've set up. I pretty much mirrored my disc-bound binder into this 3-ring binder. I start first with my goals, and these are my 2025 goals. And for me, that was move into a more sustainable lifestyle and simplify, have a relationship focus, really check purpose and be intentional, expand my garden so I'm better able to provide for the animals and the family. In case you haven't seen one of my video, hubby and I have co-founded a rescue animal sanctuary. So we have a lot of expenses here for produce, and it would really help if I could expand out the gardens. And then of course I wanted to, with the garden expansion, expand out my kitchen and what I'm doing there in regard to preserving food. I did live for about 7 years on a small farm and a sustainable farm. So I do have in my history experience with preserving and canning and doing all kinds of things like that. I just haven't done it for years, but I would love to see, as I, where I'm at in my arc right now is my life arc, is that I kind of did these things as a younger adult. I moved more into this professional realm where I'm just hyper focused on career. And I still am hyper-focused on career and probably will be for the next decade. But I like to see this latter part of my arc move more back into that sustainable, self-sufficient type of farm. And we certainly have the ability to build that here where this is our permanent home. And yeah, looking forward to doing that. Okay, that was a really windy section on goals. How are y'all doing? You hanging in there? Okay. The next section for me is kitchen. I like to split my home and garden binder into kitchen, garden, and home. And I do a lot of activities in the kitchen and just wanted to really have that separation between home and actual kitchen. So for me, my next section was kitchen. And what I did was, this is all expandable. So this is my first page of projects for 2025. I undoubtedly will have a second and maybe even third page. But what I did is I listed some of my early, quarter 1, quarter 2 priorities for what I would like to do in the kitchen. And that would include things like painting accent walls and getting some plants and finding a used food processor and, just setting up things, making sure that I'm keeping focus, that I really like to jar some pickles, some jam, ketchup, jalapeno jelly, and I have a lot of food storage in canisters, very large canisters right now, and they're kind of here and there in the kitchen, so I would really like to set up a section there. So those are some projects. I did print off a couple of project planner pages because I do like to, before I start something, look at the cost of it and kind of the steps for what I'd like to do. So I threw in a page there. Next up for me is home. And you can see some decluttering, some organization, things that need to take place in the home, and then my garden projects. And just again, laid all those out. So, and you can see here when we did the irrigation for the Starlight Garden, when I was purchasing that, I was keeping track of its cost and then where we are with that. We've been rained out here for quite a while. It's like we've had just rain, and then we get a little break and then we have rain again. So I'm just waiting for a good weather patch to do that irrigation project. And then my next section is budget, and I do keep track of all the monthly expenses in home, gardening, kitchen excluding food costs, but just like any project costs, so how it's being spent and where it's being spent. So I keep track of that. And my next section is my chore section, and I do have these master templates created between household and garden. And just to explain a little bit to you, this is big chore day. So I have days where I get really into deep cleaning, almost like a spring cleaning mode. So like, for example, bathroom, my master bathroom sweep and mop. Well, this is started in February. Clearly it's, you know, February's come and gone. And I can promise you I have swept and mopped my bathroom floor, but I didn't do it in that deep cleaning type of way. So in my mind, it's a quick, you know, couple minute touch up, and I haven't done it in where I'm taking everything out. I'm cleaning the sideboards, the railings, you know, all of that. So that's why that's not marked. Same thing for sink and toilet. I may, if I see that the toilet is dirty or something, you know, I may do a quick clean on it, but not deep scrub. These are all, I only give credit when I know it's been a real thorough clean. So yeah, that's just for me how I keep track of the, you know, surface cleaning versus that deep layer cleaning. And I like to do that. And I have that for, you know, multi areas in the house set up. And then for the garden, same kind of premise of when I'm doing the watering, when I'm sowing, when I'm transplanting, when I'm working on cuttings in the area, just things like that. So I have all my gardens laid out and keeping track of that. Okay, next is my overview page, and that's where I keep my master calendars. And I do have a master calendar that I haven't printed off yet, and that's more of that bird's eye view of each month and what I've got going on for the months. And then I move into my monthlies here. And in my home and garden, what I like to keep track of on my monthly page is weather, when it's raining. And I do also keep track of animal activities, things I need to be mindful of. Just, you know, these things that I don't normally put in my daily planner. And then this was this past week. Today is the 9th, a Sunday. And this is how I like to lay out. I give myself plenty of space. This was a really, really heavy work week. I knew it was going to be a light week in home and garden. So generally, you know, I fill this out with information. It's not as light as what you're seeing right now. Even in my to-do list, you can see that, yeah, it's been a very, very busy week. And then this is what the dailies look like for me in my home and garden. Again, separated kitchen, garden, home, and miscellaneous. And I don't normally use stickers, but I just saw these and it's been such a wet week, and next week's going to be the same, that I don't know, I just thought that they were nice. I almost always run tape on the bottom of my pages. I am horrible at decorating my pages with stickers and tape like this, but I run tape at the bottom because I feel like it makes the page sit better, and it doesn't, you know, get all bent up. So that's why you always see tape at the bottom of my pages. Okay, so what can I say about this page? Well, first of all, just in case anybody's curious, I am printing on 32-pound bright paper. This is something that I really loved moving away from the disc binder. I like bright white. And I know it's startling to a lot of people. I just love bright white. So something about the disc bound, fixed planner is you really can't control the coloring of the paper. And it was just always a little bit off white to me. And this is so bright white. It's like, when you open up your brand new planner and it's just so fresh. Every week when I turn to the next week, it's just so fresh. It's like a reset. So I love 32-pound bright white. I don't have any problems with bleed through or anything like that. This is a very light home and garden week for me. And again, that has a lot to do with the weather that we bumped up into and just such an intense work week. And when I say intense, I mean I'm working 13 to 15-hour days. So yesterday, normally I would have caught up with a lot of chores, but I was so tired. I just gave myself permission to have a rest day, and it felt great. I woke up this morning, giving myself that permission. I woke up this morning pretty charged, so it's very early in the morning, but well, not very early for me. I'm actually filming pretty late. It's actually right now a little after 7, yeah, anyway, I've already accomplished a lot this morning, and that was just because I allowed myself to rest yesterday. So we are heading into a new week now, and it's also going to be quite a rainy week. So I anticipate a light week with the garden, and I'm going to have a lighter week with work, but it's still going to be pretty busy, so we'll see how much I can get done. Generally, what I do at the end of my Sunday, at the end of this day, I'll reflect on my checklist. I'll see what I want to carry over, and then I'll kind of plan out the week and add more additional things here. Oh dear, I always feel like I'm going to get the hiccups when I'm filming. And then, yeah, here are my other months. So that's my new home and garden binder, and I am so enjoying them. All of them. I'm enjoying my budget setup. I'm enjoying my daily setup and my home and garden. It just, for me, just exudes potential and growth. I love the creative freedom of being able to make this fit for me and just building it out. So it's bad news, of course, for the planner industry because I won't be a consumer there anymore, but it's really good news for me. I won't be a consumer there anymore. And it's just the ultimate creative freedom to me. So I've been quite startled by the impact that's had on me. I wasn't anticipating it to mean so much, but it has. It's been a big shift. So, oh gosh, I'm looking at this, and is something missing there? I hope not. This one was kind of old, but it's pretty durable. So I think it will make it through the year. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today. That is my home and garden binder. I almost said planner. It is a planner, but it's a binder planner, I guess I could say. Okay, well, I'm off to do more house chores. I have some beans right now in the Instapot, and I'm going to go check on them, and I've got a load of laundry that I need to move over, and I've got my husband who's wanting me to make some cookies for him, so I have got plenty on the agenda today. I hope until the next time we speak, you all are well and blessed.